Y'all, this girl was either jealous of me or just acting funny. And I don't mean funny haha. Funny weird.
Funny, yes, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird.
Hey y'all, it's Riri or Rihanna. Welcome back to my channel. Today will be a story time about how this girl, I don't know what her problem was. I genuinely don't know. I think it had to be out of jealousy, and she must have wanted to be me. That's the only way I could explain it. But let's get into it. We're gonna call this girl Crazy. I'm being a little petty with the name, of course, but that's what she is, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So I met Crazy in a lounge, a study lounge. Same study lounge as usual from the last story time. I was just, doing my homework, chilling. And it was a few people in this study lounge at this time. I think it was like a cool, like maybe 6, 8 of us, which if you saw the lounge, that was a lot. And we just, all of a sudden, we heard a loud scream, but we didn't hear no running. So, our black instincts immediately was like, I'm not going to go see what's going on out there, because what? That ain't got nothing to do with this. And so eventually, this is when Crazy walks in and she's like, yeah, y'all need to come check this out. I think this girl needs help. So we're like, what do you mean she need help? She said, yeah, we may have to call the campus police. Like, she's having like a whole breakdown. So we go out there, we see what's going on. The issue was resolved eventually, but after we seen what happened out there, came back in the lounge, we're all just bonding around how, like, we all low-key got cussed out by this girl for trying to help her. And it was just like, oh, okay, like, all right. So immediately, we're all introducing ourselves. Hey, my name is Rihanna. Hey, my name is this. Hey, my name is that. And we all started getting very, very cool. Now, if you didn't watch the last story time, which if you didn't, you're weird. You're weird. Go watch that last story time. Hey y'all, it's Rihanna from the editing room. If y'all saw my last story time, which y'all should have, about my college stalker, this story happens right after that story. So it's college stalker, then this story. I used to be in this study lounge every single day, and they also used to be in this study lounge every single day. So I started befriending the people that were in the study lounge, specifically these 3 other girls. One of them was Crazy. The other one, we're gonna call her Bratz doll, because she just reminds me of a Bratz doll. She was so adorable. And my homegirl. Did I ever mention this homegirl? Yes, I did, from my birthday from Hell story time, which you guys should also watch. She's the same homegirl in this. So this is how I met her. So we all basically had a common area that we studied in, and we basically became a group of 4. And so from there, we used to hang out every single day. We used to have not every single day, on like work days, I would say. And then days when we weren't on campus, we were in a group chat and we were texting every single day. And we started getting closer, like telling stories, which we'll get into that in a second. We got so close that we got invited to Brat's doll birthday. Like, that's how close we were, just for a little context. I knew Crazy and Bratz before I knew Crazy and Bratz. Let me explain. The closer we got and we started telling stories about, like, how come we never notice each other, blah, blah, blah. I knew them from a party previously. And then I knew Crazy way, way, way before that, like the semester before that. So it was like spring semester of my sophomore year, because I saw a friend of a friend and I said hello to him, Mind you, this friend of a friend, I'm gonna just name him already. His name is in this story is gonna be Gentle Giant because he's legit a gentle giant. So I was like, oh my gosh, hey, like, what's up? You know, we was just catching up because I haven't seen him before this. I haven't seen him in a whole year, so we were just catching up. And yeah, I'm telling her this story, like, because she was telling me, oh yeah, like, I used to date. She never dated this man, by the way. We're going to get into that too. I used to date Gentle Giant. And I was like, oh, really? Like, I know Gentle Giant too. Like, he used to be a friend of a friend, you know, telling her all that. And then she was like, wait a minute. I think I know you. This is where all things I feel like in my head started to break loose. She was like, I think I know you. I was like, how would you know me? She said, did y'all catch up, like, during a basketball game? And I was like, oh yeah, like, we were just saying hi to each other, you know, telling, hey, what's up, like, and he was asking me all these questions about our mutual friend, and I was like, oh, I don't know, like, you know, like, I haven't spoken to that person in a minute, whatever, and we were just catching up, and she was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key didn't like you because of that.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
I was like, huh? He was like, she said, yeah, like, you didn't notice there was a girl behind him sitting? And I was like, no. And not only that, we weren't talking as if we were flirting or anything. I was legit saying hi to him, long time no see, catching up a little bit, and then we went our separate ways. She said, oh, okay. I found out later on, well, obviously from this conversation, that she was the girl that was sitting, and they were just starting to talk then, and now it's been an on and off thing since that spring semester going into fall. Cool. That's none of my business. I found that I knew Crazy and Jade from a party that we both went to, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I don't know if I could ever tell that story now. So this party was hosted by my homeboys at the time. One of the homeboys is the same homeboy from Birthday in Hell and Boat Ride from Hell. He's the same homeboy. Are we surprised at this point? And then we're going to introduce a new character. We all three were friends. His name is Teddy, okay? So, mind you, Teddy and homeboy hosted this party. So, and this is how I knew Crazy without knowing Crazy. Okay, remember that. One time we were hanging out. I don't know where we were driving to. I really wish I could remember, but we were all in my car, right? And I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my gosh, Teddy like called and I missed his call, which is unusual because usually when Teddy called me, he don't really be calling me. So anytime he called me, I'm like, oh, he must need something, or like he on campus or something, because he never usually stays on campus. So she seen that and she said, oh, Teddy called you? I was like, yeah, what's beef? Mind you, at this we gonna get there. So she was like, oh, that's crazy because I just texted Teddy and Teddy act like he can't text me back. Since when you know Teddy? At this time, I didn't even know she knew Teddy, so I was very caught off guard. I was like, oh, you know Teddy? He was like, yeah, like, of course I know Teddy. He was like, do you know Teddy? I mean, obviously I know Teddy if he calling me. He was like, how you know Teddy? I'm like, oh, that's like my good homeboy. That's my good jolly. You feel me? Like, he real cool people. And she's like, oh, that's crazy. She was like, call Teddy right back. Call Teddy back right now. Like, call Teddy. Okay, I was gonna do that anyways. I called Teddy. I was like, oh, hey. She immediately grabs my phone. Oh, Teddy, you can't answer my text now? Oh. Did I get Teddy in trouble by accident? He was like, who is this? Because if you guys ever meet Teddy, he has an old spirit. So he talks very stern and proper. Like, he reminds me of somebody's granddaddy. Anyway, so he said, who am I speaking to? She's like, oh, it's Crazy. It's Crazy. You don't remember Crazy? Crazy from the party. And at this point, I know Teddy, so I know Teddy is just pretending, but he's immediately gonna ask me who this is later. He was like, "Oh, yeah, hey, um, what's up?" She's like, "Oh, nothing. It's cool. I'm gonna hand the phone back to Rihanna." So I said, "My bad, Teddy. I was just in the car going to go somewhere." He was like, "Oh, I didn't want nothing for real. I was just telling you I was on campus and we could chill at the study lounge or something." And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe next time." He was like, "Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna hang up now." I said, "Okay." Hung up. And I just looked at her like, I can't believe you just did that. Like, all right. This was one of the moments where I should have realized the signs was always there. I just saw the signs and thought Six Flags, not Red Flags. Our school was kind of weird where they would invite like the most random people and have a concert. This specific time, they invited Wiz Khalifa. Don't ask me why. So Wiz Khalifa was coming, and we were like, okay, bet, like, we'll, I know homegirl, she doesn't like really going out. She was busy, so she said, I'm gonna skip this one out. Okay, so me, Crazy, and Brad Stahl decided to go out. Now, the group, we were talking about something, some topic. It was about an org, and I don't know. Me personally, and I don't know if this is what led her to just, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So, we were at the concert, and we were just waiting for him to get on stage. It was like different artists, in between break times. If you go to a concert, you know how it is. So, while we were just waiting, we were just talking about different orgs. And we'll just say org 1 and org 2 because we don't have to give attention to any of them. So I was saying like, oh, I like org 1 way more because they seem organized, whatever, cool. I don't know, org 2, like, it's okay, but I was basically telling her the real, like, oh, this org definitely got problems. Now at the time, I still don't think I would change my opinions. I would still tell her out loud. I was never scared like that. But at the time, I did not know that Brad Stahl was a officer for org 2. I guess she got very upset and just walked away. She missed the Wiz Khalifa concert completely. I got scared though because she walked away on campus. Mind you, the Wiz Khalifa concert was very, very late at night. So we're over here texting her in the group chat like, hey, Brats, are you okay? Like, are you good, bro? Like, whatever. She did not text back. I said, oh. I text homegirl individually because, mind you, homegirl did not come. So I told her, hey, like, I think something's wrong with Brats. I don't know what happened, but could you try texting her individually and let me know, like, is she okay? And she said, okay. So the Wiz Khalifa concert happened, whatever, whoop, whoop, we had fun. We went back to the study lounge where we left our stuff because the study lounge wasn't far from the concert. So we came back and we said, did Brad Stahl come in here? And homegirl was like, yeah, she came in real brief, didn't say nothing. She just grabbed the bag and she looked upset and she left. I said, oh, that was kind of weird. So then we started running back the conversation to homegirl, and homegirl was like, I mean, why would she get mad over something like that? Do you really think she's mad over something like that? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not going to stress because at the end of the day, she's a grown woman. If she's really genuinely upset, she's going to say something. So 24 hours passed. Next day, Brat's text in the, I think she either texted in the group chat or she texted in the group chat and individually and basically told me and homegirl, hey, I love y'all, but I just need time away from you guys. It's nothing against you guys. I just mentally, like, I can't do this right now. I need space. Bye. And so me and homegirl are confused, especially homegirl, because homegirl was not there for the conversation at all. When I told you she don't like going out, so she wasn't there. So she was like, dang, like, why she cut us off? I'm telling you all of this because it will make sense at the end. Anyways, so she's like, dang, like, what I do? I was like, maybe it's my fault. And so I said, I'm sorry if I offended you in any type of way, but I hope, you take care of yourself. All love from this side, like, be safe. And that was it. Like, she legit cut us off. I said, okay, it's cool. We must stay focused. So the next time, major moment. So let's just say the Wiz Khalifa concert was a week before Crazy's birthday. So all that happened, and then Crazy's birthday came around. So Crazy, she's the only one that's really stressing that Bratz doll cut her off, because her and Bratz doll were actually like friends before this group was formed. So she was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe she just cut us off like that. Blah, 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 blah. Should I still try to see if she'll come out for my birthday, this, that, and third? And at this point, me and homegirl, we're like, not mad at her, but it's more just like, we're cool off of Bratz. Like, she made it clear where she stand with us, so I'm not gonna go above and beyond to reach out. But we're also not gonna judge Crazy for doing it. So it's just like, Crazy, if you really want that, go for it. Like, who are we to stop us? It's just like, in the back of our head, what are we supposed to do? Like, that has nothing to do with me. So she's like, okay, like, I'm gonna still do it, whatever. I guess she texted her. Fast forward, her birthday comes, and Bratz doll comes to Crazy's birthday. So once again, we're thinking it's no bad blood. So when she came in, everybody says hi, and then she purposely separates herself. Like, legit, all of Crazy friends are over here, and Bratz doll is sitting on a couch over here. So Crazy's like, oh, should I go up to her and talk to her? I'm like, why are you asking us? Like, go for it. Like, if that's what you really want to do. Because once again, we never had an issue with Bratz doll. Like, it was nothing crazy. Like, it was to the point where we said hello, and she legit just looked at us and walked the other direction. So the issue's not with us. So if that's what you want to do, go do it. She did that, and I think after that, that was the last time I actually seen Bratz doll. I think something was legit happening with her. Next major event, right? This is after Crazy's birthday. So my homies at this time, one of them, of course, went to the school, and the other one, he graduated. So he was moving back and forth from our hometown to Austin. So one of these weekends, he was here, and homeboy, he hit me up. He was like, hey, like, we should come out tonight, you, Teddy, me, and invite one of your homegirls. I said, okay, once again, not thinking much of it. I said, well, in the back of my head, I was like, okay, I'm not going to invite this person because, no. I'm not going to invite, well, not, no, like that, but it was just a whole nother issue. I was like, ooh, I don't want to be in the middle of that, so no. Second, I wasn't going to invite homegirl because homegirl, like I said, don't go out. So I said, who am I left with that are not guys? Crazy. So I hit up Crazy. I'm like, hey, are you free tonight? Homeboy and Teddy said they wanted to go out and told me to invite somebody. They said, yeah, bet, like, I'll come. I said, cool, like, meet me at my house. He'll pick us up from there. So she comes over to my crib, we get ready. I said, dang, like, what's taking them so long? Whatever, cool. They end up picking us up. Had a great time. Okay, more context. This was the first time since after the party that Teddy, homeboy, and Crazy all hung out together. This was the second time besides the party. I think after this they texted here and there, but actually hanging out in person, this was the second time. After that, this was 3 weeks before Teddy's birthday. All of a sudden, Crazy has this elaborate idea. Oh my gosh, I need your help. Okay, what you need my help for? Oh, I'm planning Teddy's birthday. Oh, once again, highly confused because you barely know Teddy. You've probably known Teddy for 2 months for real. only hung out with him, like an actual hangout with only him, not in a party setting, once. And yeah, y'all probably texted here and there, but at the time, he definitely had a girlfriend. So I was confused. I'm like, I'm his friend and I'm not even. Okay. What do you need help on? Oh, what does he like? But I'm like, oh, he likes roller skating, jazz music, and just hanging out with friends, game night. She said, okay. I'm gonna talk to homeboy and try to get all his friends together. And we're all gonna be in a group chat. Okay. Alright, sure. And I'll let you guys know what I have planned. Cool. Cool with me. Now, let me introduce another character. Also met Popeyes in the study lounge, same time as that whole chaos thing was going on in the study lounge hall. He didn't really, like, he was in the group, don't get me wrong, but certain situations it was just like, oh, all girls, so we just do our own thing. But he was really cool, like, to the point where I consider him like a little brother to me, and to this day we're still in contact. So Crazy decided she's gonna have a sleepover. Let me explain why this was kind of weird. More context. She was a RA, which means she had a room to her whole self, and she had 2 beds instead of just 1. And she insisted on having a sleepover. I was definitely reluctant, and she's like, no, like, it's just gonna be us girls, like, we should, watch a movie or something. After a long time, I was like, you know what, okay, I guess. And homegirl was said, okay, like, whatever. So she picked, I think, homegirl up, and then she picked up me. And she got very, very upset because somebody called her crazy. And instead of reacting to it like, some people would, she decided, crazy? They're gonna call me crazy? They haven't seen crazy yet. And did donuts in the parking lot across the street from where she lived while we were in the car. At this point, I'm so confident homegirl was having a panic attack in the back seat. I was just looking at this girl like, she's crazy. What is she doing? I'm getting dizzy as well because I also get motion sickness. And so already I'm just like, yeah, get me back home. At this point, I'm texting, like, trying to see if I could get an escape plan. Is anybody still up? Something. Because, no, I want to go back home expeditiously. So she said, okay, like, everyone ready? She over here got her booty shorts on, a tank, and we got full-on pajamas, like full-on pajamas. So we just looking at her like, okay, well, it's her crib, so maybe she comfortable or whatever. Next thing you know, she said, y'all decide a movie. I gotta go get somebody. Me and homegirl look like, I know she's not getting who I think she's getting. At this point, we think it's brats. I'm like, why is she inviting brats? Like, she know brats don't fool with us. Like, why do you keep on putting brats in uncomfortable situations? Like, we're more concerned about brats than you are about brats. No, she walks in and it's Popeyes. Immediately, like, no offense to Popeyes at all. It had nothing to do with him. It was just like, she said it was gonna be a girls thing, and then you invite a dude. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh yeah, Popeyes was just in the neighborhood, and I decided to invite him to movie night. So homegirl, one thing about homegirl, she never cared. She straight up asked, so is he staying the night over here? And if so, he definitely sleeping in your bed, because no. It's just like, yeah, like, it's okay, like, that's fine. Homegirl, you could tell she's immediately, like, she's ticked off, because you could have told somebody that. And me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm finding my escape plan. So, we're chilling, eating snacks, watching Intergalactic, and towards the end of the movie, I get a text. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, can I come over? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not trying to be here right now. Perfect. Cool. Because I'm not trying to be where I'm at either. Pick me up. I'm here. And drop me off. They said, okay, bet. Like, that's fine. I was so happy. I've never been so happy for somebody to just not be busy. I told them, and the only thing is I did feel bad for homegirl because I left her in this situation, but I was so oblivious to what was going on. It'll make sense later on. I was so oblivious. I was like, oh, like, homegirl gonna be good, everybody gonna be good. I'm leaving. Because one thing about me, to know me as a friend, I prefer to be in my own bed. I'm sorry, I don't do sleepovers. Honestly, this would have been my first sleepover I ever had, and as you can see, I didn't even end up sleeping over. I just prefer my own bed. So I was telling everyone, like, hey, somebody's picking me up. I'm gonna get dropped off at my crib. Y'all stay safe. Cool, fine. So I leave. I text them the next day, and homegirl was like, girl, I gotta tell you something. I said, what? What's going on? She was like, after you left, Crazy was a little weird. Like, I guess she was mad because you left, and then I ended up third wheeling them. So what you mean? She was like, we were sleeping, and then, I looked over, and I felt uncomfortable, and you know how I am, so I told her something about it. Like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, you see that I'm here? And she said, oh, my bad. Like, promise you won't tell Rihanna. It won't happen again. Promise. That was weird. That was suspicious. She's like, yeah, girl, I had to just tell you, like, she really pissed me off. So if I'm not around like that, just know that's the reason why. Hey, I respect it. I understand. After that, like I told you, 3 weeks before, she was planning Teddy's birthday. So Teddy's birthday actually comes. She invites Popeyes, one of Teddy's friends, and homeboy, of course. And then she invites the trio, which me, of course, her is going to be there, and homegirl. So we're all there. And I'm not going to lie, we genuinely had a good time that day. Like, we went roller skating, had food at BJ's, and then we had a game night at his crib. I'm not gonna lie, I was the first to tap out. I was tired. They were definitely targeting me, and let's just say I lost all the games, and I was gone. I was goner. So I fell asleep. The next day, they catch me up on everything that was, well, not everything, but like, what happened after. Whatever, cool. We had a good time. Went our separate ways. And that night is when, later on, looking back, because of course I didn't know at that time, but later on looking back, that's when Teddy and Crazy started officially, I guess, talking. Because Teddy just got out of a relationship, like, prior to that. I, once again, did not know at the time. And so him and Crazy started talking. So I said, okay, like, once again, I'm not thinking much of it, especially at that time, because I didn't even know they started talking. Fast forward, it was Teddy's birthday, and then I think 2 days later, there was another event that was happening on campus that we all went to. We went to the event, and then there was a after party after. Whatever, at this party, this was the first time homegirl, like, started coming back out with us besides Teddy's birthday. Crazy asked all of us, like, hey, like, y'all trying to slide to the after party? I got the invite, whatever, cool. I said, sure, why not? Like, I'm not doing anything. Same with homegirls. So I was like, okay, let's get ready at my crib, because most likely the after play is going to be closer to my crib. Cool. Everybody grabbed their stuff, got ready at my crib, and at my crib, we solidified. If anything happens, homegirl was the only one that didn't live on campus. So worst case scenario, I didn't want her driving under the influence. So we said, worst case scenario, if homegirl gets too lit, could we all agree that she should stay at Crazy's crib? I wasn't, of course, mentioning it. It was, I think homegirl was saying it. But it only made sense because she had 2 beds, like I said earlier. And so everybody agreed on that. They was like, yeah. Like, if she gets too lit, she'll stay at homegirl's crib. Cool. So fast forward, we get dressed, we walk to the after play. They had a great time. Me, on the other hand, I was going through stuff personally. I'm not gonna lie. This was probably not the best decision to go to this party, and I literally had a mental breakdown at that party. Legit crying, full tears. Cool. Thankfully, when this started to happen, the party was damn near over. So I said, okay, bet, like, finally, I'm gonna just go home, go to sleep. I was over it anyways. And so Teddy said, I'll drive you guys home. Cool. Perfect. Not thinking much of it, because like I said, Teddy's the homie, so not thinking much of it. So we get in the car, he drops me off first, and then he drops off my homegirl and Crazy at her crib. At least that's what I thought. So, you know, that night I knew they were lit, so I'm not thinking much of it. I'm saying, you know what, it's okay, I'm gonna text them tomorrow, you know, check up on them, see if they're good. So I did exactly such. I text them like, hey, I know it's the next day. Did you guys make it home safely? No response from the group chat. This was kind of weird because prior to all of this, they used to text me on the group chat all the time. I'm talking about immediate response. So when I didn't get anything back, I was a little worried, but in my head I'm thinking, okay, you know, they did party hard last night. Maybe they're not up yet. Maybe they're doing something. I'll just wait for their response another time. That's a little bit forward. It's finals week. Mind you, remember that story that I just told you, okay? So finally, it's finals week, and I don't know about everybody else. I finished my finals. I was just still on campus because I had to work. And so I think most of the people that were still on campus, they had to work. So I went in the study lounge not expecting to see anybody. But of course, Popeyes and Crazy was there. So we're just chopping it up, whatever, cool. And Crazy updates us like saying, yeah, me and Gentle Giant are not talking no more. He has me messed up, blah, blah, blah. Like, she just going completely off on Gentle Giant. So this is where the things, like, we got to the top of the hill and it started getting real sour real fast. And I'm gonna take complete responsibility of my next actions. Was I wrong? Dead wrong. Was I immature for this? Very much so. But at the time, I thought I was just being a good friend. So she going on and on about this. And me and Popeyes look at her so confused because we thought her and Gentle Giant were over months ago. So we're like, girl, why are you still talking to this man? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Like, if he's causing this much stress, why are you still talking to him? I said, matter of fact, give me your phone. She gave me her phone. She has a whole folder of this man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, very, very immature of me. Because me personally, when I say I don't like this person no more, I'm over them. This could be friendship, relationship, whatever. I'm deleting all their pictures. Why do we have pictures together? For what reason? For memories? No, I don't want that. Delete. So I started doing that on her phone. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, are you crazy? No. I thought you were done. I thought you were over him. Like, delete. I'm like, girl, this is not healthy to have all these pictures of him. Anyways, Popeyes now comes in and he's saying like, oh, I think this is at the time when iPhone just introduced recently deleted. She's like, nah, the pictures is still there. Like, you gotta press the make sure they're recently deleted too. So I gave him the phone. I was like, if you want to do that, you can do that. He started deleting the pictures after recently deleted. I said, oh. And started playing like monkey, what is it called? Monkey in the middle with her phone. Like, he holding his phone like this. Mind you, Popeyes is a tall dude. And Crazy is a short little thing. So she was getting so upset when he was doing that she literally ran away crying. I looked at him like, he said, wait, hold on. Started running after her. I guess he gave her back her phone, and he came back to me. He was like, yeah, she's really upset at us. I said, for what? Immature me talking. It's like, because like she didn't like how we went in her phone and deleted the pictures, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I mean, I didn't mean no harm by it, but I will apologize. Like, I know that was probably an invasion of privacy, so yeah, okay. I said, cool. I'll hit her up. I hit her up. I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry if I, like, you know, if I didn't mean any harm. Like, hopefully we could get over this. And I think I was like, okay, let me show you that I'm sorry by taking you out for ice cream. I think we went to go get ice cream, if not that day, the next day, because she definitely texted us back like, hey, like, you know, that really bothered me. Like, y'all shouldn't have done that. Cool, whatever. We went to go get ice cream. We came back. Well, I thought after the ice cream thing, she was chilling. She was cool. I thought we made up. Fast forward, my birthday comes up. And, well, my birthday is slightly coming up. This whole time, homegirl is not texting in the group chat at all. I think after that party, she was very much upset. But I didn't know why. So I texted her individually, like, hey, like, I know we're both in my hometown. You should come over and we should, like, you know, catch up, chill, because I haven't seen you in so long. She's like, yeah, girl, like, I'm gonna come over. I know your birthday's coming up soon, so, like, you know, let's hang out. So she comes over, and this is when all hell broke loose. Like, the Pandora box opened. Homegirl starts telling me everything. She was like, you know, I haven't been in the group chat, whatever, cool. I was like, yeah, like, what was going on? Like, are you okay? And she was basically saying how Crazy doesn't like me, have been talking smack about me the whole time, and Crazy told homegirl about the situation and that she was really upset. I'm like, okay, that's cool, understandable. But she was like, nah. She was telling her how she really don't like the situation that we did, that she doesn't like me, and she was basically saying I was also talking smack about homegirl. Now, this was untrue, and homegirl knew this wasn't true because, truth be told, me and homegirl hung out more together than me and us individually with Crazy. So homegirl was like, yeah, I knew it didn't sound right, so that's why I had to tell you, because she was just going off like she don't like you, you're this, you're that, like calling me every name in the book but a child of God. Now this caught me off guard because, yes, I knew she was upset about the stuff. She confronted me about it. I apologized. I even took her out for some ice cream. Did that help the situation? No. But she, like, apparently never forgave me for that. Had beef with me way before that previously. I'm just finding out now. While homegirl is telling me all of this, I'm legit blocking her on everything. I started from Snapchat, went to Instagram. Then I removed myself from the group chat, all the group chats we had, and blocked her phone number. No explanation. Why do we need to explain? Because you know exactly what you did. I know. We don't need to talk. Like, if you felt that way about me, you could have came to me personally. And I even asked homegirl, I'm like, yo, like, was this before the whole incident, or was it because of the incident? And she said, well, honestly, I think she was always really, like, had little comments about you, but ever since that incident, yeah, she went completely off. Like, mask came off. And she said, you know, I know you're not the type of person to talk smack about anyone, especially me. So I was very confused. And I think she was just trying to get in the middle of our friendship so we don't be friends anymore. So in the back of my head, remember when I mentioned Brat's doll? I was like, did she do that to Brat's doll between me and homegirl? Because that was very weird how Brat's doll just left the group out of nowhere. Like, she explained, but the explanation did not make sense. So I was like, is that what happened with us and Brat's doll, because her and Brat's doll was mighty still close even after all of that. I think after my birthday, you know, my birthday's mad close to New Year's, Christmas. So me, homegirl, and then Teddy and homeboy, we all decided we're gonna meet up for New Year's. I find out, because mind you, I blocked Crazy, but besides homegirl, nobody else knew. So I get to their house and they're saying, why did you block Crazy? I learned after this that Crazy and Teddy had something going on. So I was like, what? He was like, yeah, like we've been texting back and forth, whatever, cool. And I'm like, ew, okay, whatever. And apparently she's in a group chat with all of Teddy and his friends. That's also weird, because why do you have all their numbers and how do you even know half of them? But we must proceed. So they find out. They're like, why do you have homegirl blocked? So basically the whole story I kind of told y'all, I told them. And they was like, nah, that's weird. That don't even sound like her. Trying to defend Crazy. And homeboy was like, let me get y'all, like, are y'all willing to sit it out, whatever, cool. I said no. Like, I legit have nothing to say to this girl. What do I have to say to this girl? She's talking smack about me. She said enough. Mind you, at this time, what she did to homegirl, Crazy is trying to do to Teddy and homeboy, talking about, yeah, like she be talking smack about you, but of course they knew that wasn't true. If anything, it's the opposite. I'm always trying to defend them, trying to get them out of stuff. So they was like, yeah, we knew it didn't sound right, but I'm not gonna lie, after this I felt some type of way towards homeboy and Teddy, because I was like, dang, like this was the one time y'all was supposed to be on my side and y'all wasn't. So that very much, like, it hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna lie, my feelings were hurt. So I low-key distanced myself from them as well. And I guess with Crazy talking in their ear too, they naturally distanced themselves from me as well. So spring semester of my junior year, I mean, yeah, I had a few friends here and there, but the ones that we did have, she low-key all turned their back on me, kind of, not really, except for Popeyes and homegirl, because Popeyes and homegirl knew who she really was behind the scenes. To end this very long story short, they all ended up not messing with Crazy, because like I said, Crazy is crazy, and they all found out in their own way. I'm not gonna tell their business, but they all found out in their own ways why Crazy cannot be trusted. And yeah, now nobody really mess with Crazy anymore. I got back cool with homeboy and Teddy, because at the end of the day we realized what we were arguing about was very stupid, and we let a girl get in between our group, which was crazy. But they eventually, like, you know, they figured out what it was and what it wasn't, and we're all cool now. Literally all these people except for Crazy and Bratz I'm still cool with. So clearly I'm not the problem. Moral of the story: be very careful on who you are friends with, especially in college. Girls who are male-centered are very dangerous. They're the most dangerous type of girl, because they will have you in some messed up situations. There's so many other stories that I took out of this, because at the end of the day that wasn't my story to tell. But just know she did way more and very much vindictive. Be careful. Pay attention to the signs. Most likely the signs are always there. You're just not paying attention. Be very, very careful. Anyways, if you guys made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, my loves. Okay. Sorry, I forget my mother is way older than me and we don't text the same language. anyways,